I think in preparing a piece that I have played over many, many years, there is something consistent that's constant about how I prepare, as well as something that is very much specific to that time. And what I mean by that is that, of course, there are the basics, the technical things, understanding the basics of the score, the form. But then there's everything else that's in between the notes, in between the lines, so to say. And also, we bring that together, I bring that together with where I am at that moment, physically, technically, artistically. And so it's a combination. I think even during a single year, the weather is different. Sometimes the humidity is different. And of course, that means that the violin and the bow, the way it feels as my bow actually sits on the string, these things all feel different. And then so one has to accommodate or practice or to prepare for that. I mean, that's just one example, technical example of how something can be different. But then, of course, as I think as we have different influences, sometimes it's an academic influence, sometimes it's just environmental influence, it's sometimes just the influence of just having lived that many more days, that many more hours. You're inspired by different things and you react differently. What you might have seen before, you might see differently, you might hear differently, or there's so many different ways in which one can interpret. Maybe it's the same information. Yes, it's the same notes that the composers gave us, but there are so many different ways to interpret. And just one of the performance, I may decide to actually emphasize a little bit more of one side of that possibility. And in another performance could be another side, or many other sides. So there is something that's always different. To keep myself fit is critical, I think, because that's what will give me the freedom, that will give me the stability to be able to explore, to experiment, and to try new ideas that I get from reading the score, working with others, different acoustics, interacting with the sound that's around me.